Show announcements after a huge week of TPW action. Obviously, we skipped our new talent show this week because there are a lot of superstars competing for set titles already at Summertime Fun, so that'll be put into play. But we wanted to get to the announcements here for the away show here. So we'll get right into it with the Ram getting set up here to set up the announcements that he has in play for tonight. So let's get right into it here with the set announcements. Ram, you have all of our attention here for the away show announcements. Alright, man. Thanks, Pepperjack, as always. Whoa, what a last couple weeks it's been, no? Definitely a huge pay-per-view coming up for us with the Summertime Fun event. The biggest event of the summer for TPW. Definitely going to be a huge matchup between me and Death in the main event. It'll be definitely a huge 3 stages matchup between me and Death. A lot of implications on the line there. If Death wins, he will permanently retire me out of my retirement tour as well as just in general, just so I can, be out of action per se in the ring. But if I win, then Death does not get an opportunity at the Flame Championship, and I will be able to move forward to end my retirement tour. So a lot of big implications in that matchup, definitely for sure. But a lot of other good matches in the Summertime Fun match card so far. We'll go through them so far here. Well, we do have Rachel, the Razor, who chose Zinda to face for the Women's World title. That'll be at the Summertime Fun event. As well as Andy Sandy will be in the pre-show against Nick for the new talent title. Then Jerry Goodman will face Nick because he is also the step champion on the new talent show for the step championship at the Summertime Fun event. And Ash will face Catania for the all-in-one women's title, the second highest women's title here in TPW. We also have Turner Typhoon from the new talent show earned his shot at the top card tournament to face the mid-carder champion he chose is Chris, one-on-one for that title. And Chuckles has earned a main title opportunity after the Legends Battle Royal we had on the old school event, but that will be afterwards, after the Summertime Fun event. But you also can't forget, the match I just said between me and Death for the 3 stages match. Big implications in that huge main event. But all that together, it's going to be a big Summertime Fun event. It's been a lot of people watching the promo that me and Death put under play or underway there between us two. So that's going to be a huge lead up to that match as well, is what I'm saying. But we know that the Summertime Fun event will be on that week of the 1st and the 2nd of August. So we will not have a set away show, home show, or new talent show that week. It will be just the Summertime Fun event for that week, which will be technically next week, well, this coming Sunday again, on the 26th of July. That will be leading into the Summertime Fun event. So that's why we won't have a set home show, away show, or new talent show next week, and that's why we didn't have this week a new talent show either. So, other than that, trying to get into everything here of TPW. Moving forward, we know we have new faces on the commentary side of things. We know we have Zach, who recently joined our play-by-play commentary team. He'll be making set announcements um, in the opening part of the show, trying to explain everything that's going on in TPW, but maybe sometimes getting an opportunity at the announce table. Depending moving forward, he will be covering for obviously uh, Hanz, who is that we'll get into that soon. Uh, we'll get into that soon here, and the announcements as well for Hanz. But it's hard to talk about it, so we'll move forward from it for now, and we'll get into it. But we'll talk a little bit more about the Flame title. That's been a lot of talk amongst a lot of people here in TPW. The Flame Championship, people trying to aim to get to that spot that Shibata's in right now. Obviously, Shibata, as Hans has mentioned before in the announce table, has done a lot here in TPW, and that's why he, over the past 2 years, has been the top person here in TPW, and that's not going to change anytime soon. We know he's done a lot, and we're not going to change that. Obviously, he's been in a rivalry with his brother Semrod as of late, so that's kind of put him a little bit behind on his main goal. He's told me he wants to get back into the Flame title picture, as well as other superstars. So that's another thing that we have to focus on right now is Semrod and Shibata. So Semrod wants an opportunity to, well, has been proving himself to be one of the top superstars in TPW. Obviously, he lost to Mr. USA in that triple threat match earlier this week. Um, Obviously, Simrad has a lot of potential. He's still really young at his age, as well as obviously Mr. USA. But I give him credit. He fought it out valiantly against two top superstars in that triple threat, and as well as the past 2 months now that he's been in a rivalry with Shibata. Uh, so between those two, it has ended that rivalry. So what's next for Simrad and Shibata? Well, Simrad will be moving forward from Shibata. Obviously, he wants to go towards his next step in becoming a singles champion. So he has proved himself to be a number one contender. So he will face Daniel Brown on the show after the Summertime Fun event for the home championship. That will be on the line, one-on-one with Simrad and Daniel Brown. That will definitely be a huge matchup in that main event after the Summertime Fun event. So tune in for that as well. As for Shibata, his Flame title opportunity obviously hanging in the balance there. So how does he get to it? Well, we'll have to see moving forward. There's a lot of people in contention for that Flame Championship. Obviously, if Death wins against me, he'll have a shot at that title. Obviously, new superstars have been talking to me about getting opportunities at that title as well. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff to keep in mind there with Shibata and the Flame title. So for now, he's going to be uh, in the burner for that championship for sure. Obviously, a top superstar here in TPW, so he won't be put aside for that championship. Moving forward from that, though, As for um, the thing with obviously Destroyer, my son, and obviously his protege, who is currently who beat my son, is Danny Prophecy. That was a huge matchup on the away show, proving where Danny Prophecy earns his opportunity definitely to be at the top. So he will get a shot at the away show title as well. That will be the away show after Summertime Fun. Danny Prophecy will face one-on-one Chris for the away show title. Obviously, both uh, Daniel Brown and Chris double champions. That's why they're going to be defending their titles after the Summertime Fun event for those two contenders. Huge announcements for those two people. Um, let's see here. And I guess finally we get into what I was going to say earlier, now that we kind of still emotional about this. But as for Hanz, obviously he's been here for a long time here in TPW since, obviously when we first started, that was a long time ago. And I only came a couple years after they first started TPW. C. Brown was in there, as well as Hanz and a couple other people that have been with us for a long time. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a former Flame champion, multiple time Flame champion, former face of this company. He will be retiring from commentary. He will be going home and being with his family. Obviously, that's a lot of importance on the mind of Hanz, more than being at the announce table. So obviously, pepperjack will need a replacement for Hanz at the announce table, which will be Zach. Zach will be moving up to the announce table, a young person in his own right. He's just starting out in the commentary side of things. 18 years old, only 18 years old, and going to be involved in a lot of commentary moving forward. Hanz will be, from now, retired from the commentary booth. We didn't want to make a big deal out of it because we know already Hanz has a huge legacy for himself as a huge superstar here in TPW, so he doesn't need a set anything really to be announced in the side of Hanz. But we're going to take the time right now to thank you, Hanz, for everything you've done here in TPW, everything that you've given your life for here in TPW over the past more than 12 years. It's been quite the ride here in TPW with you, Hanz. And to give you perspective, oh man, Hanz has been so dominant. He's been a fighter. He's given up, a lot to be with us here in TPW. Um, Obviously, when you take on this role as a on the road person and you're always on the road, always being here every day, it's something that you learn to love. Obviously, not learn to hate. But you get to a point where you're pretty old, and you need to, sit back and watch the next generation obviously take over, and that will never take away from the legacy of Hanz. But thank you, Hanz, again for everything you have done, Hanz, and we'll hope that moving forward that you have a great retirement, and we hope to see you maybe someday in the Legends Battle Royal again. Maybe in action one of these days. But thank you, Hans, for everything you've done for TPW. And as for that, that concludes our announcements here. Thank you for tuning in to TPW this week. And again, next Sunday coming up, that'll be the Summertime Fun event. It'll be a great spectacle to see. Summertime Fun, the biggest event of the summer, TPW. But again, thank you all for being here today in our announcements. And thank you for always being with us here in TPW. Thank you. Well, thank you, Ram, for those huge announcements here. And definitely saying one more time here in a huge way, thank you for watching TPW today, this week. And thank you for being with us, Hans, for all the things you've done with us here at Ringside. Thank you for being my broadcast colleague here every week. Everything you've done, Hans, thank you. And I'll let you say this, Hans. Here, signing off. Thank you for being here at TPW. Thank you, everyone, for those warm goodbyes. And I'll definitely be molding the future here in TPW. I will be a part of the training grounds for the future of TPW. Not only that, I will be helping the future analysts, backstage interviewers, and things like that in TPW. But thank you for being here with us today. I am Hans, one final time, here with pepperjack, signing off.